Hello, Dr. Jackman. I wonder if you could tell us a little bit about just about your DEI journey.
I think I was involved in diversity, equity, and inclusion before I even knew the terms diversity, equity, and inclusion. First, starting off in my home country of Trinidad and Tobago, being involved in community service work. And then when I immigrated to the United States, really focusing my academic journey on how to really help uplift individuals from historically marginalized groups. So what that looked like is in undergrad, I did a research study an independent research study on oppression faced by African American and Haitian American men living in Miami. I also, in undergrad, worked with several different populations, mentoring program for at-risk youth, a substance use cessation campaign for Native American youth in multiple Native American nations across the United States, as well as looking out to improve the quality of life for farmers and ranchers with disabilities. So working on a plethora of different research projects that helps me to really to embed the thought of how to uplift and uproot inequities across multiple spaces. Once I finished my graduate training, I got a job as a research associate at Aurora Mental Health Center, where we looked at different community partners and how to grow their space in the equity and inclusion world. And once the opportunity came to be part of diversity, equity, and inclusion at the center, I jumped right in, first becoming a council member, then a manager, then a director. And once a director space, I had a lot of outreach from multiple people outside of the center, outside of the state, wanting to ask, did you get started? How do you move your space? And so that led me to the establishment of Lotus DEI Consulting, where I can then touch multiple agencies, boards, organizations in moving in their DEI journey.
Wonderful. And so you're a certified diversity professional, is that right?
Yes, and that means that I'm certified in and been formally trained in how to work with both executives, boards, as well as leaders from non-leadership title roles. So I call all my leaders in DEI, anyone that has a passion for and a drive to move the needle in diversity, equity, and inclusion, even if you don't have that title. And so I've been formally trained in working in that space, as well as for the CDP is really helpful for people who are in the foundational setting of the diversity, equity, and inclusion journey. In the intermediate stage, you may want to have another certification.
So do you mean foundation?
In the earliest stages.
Okay, gotcha. So why don't you tell us a little bit about your approach to DEI consulting and what you do, what services you offer, and what is unique about how you offer consulting?
Yeah, so I think what the thing that I really am most proud about is the ability to offer people services where they're at, meet them where they're at, and walk alongside them. And so the three services that I offered are no different probably from many other DEI leaders in the space. So one is consulting, coaching, the second is coaching, and the third is doing training. And the way that I do training is I make sure and blend training and practice, where you learn practical tools of how to move the needle, and educational mindset shifting, right? So anyone can be trained into doing something, but you have to also know why. Why does this matter? Why does this apply to you? How can you help move the needle? And that mindset shifting takes a while. So I really try to involve all my presentations to make sure that they're imbued with how do you move the needle, how can you change your mind about how you're thinking about the work, and here are some practical tools. I use my own personal experiences, my own marginalized identities, to really help make sure folks understand that we're all in it together. You are no different than I. And so when I give any coaching advice, consulting advice, strategic building advice, or even training, we are understanding it from the lens of each other, growing in our journey of uprooting inequities with the primary focus, and in building lives that are feeling inclusive, that are all with levels of diversity in it.
Wonderful. Oh, that's beautiful. Well, thank you so much for your time. It's greatly appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you.